time to prepare. Switch into Y.
Yep, done. It's good, mate.
Gavra coming in front. But here comes Epic now pushing Tiger. Tiger goes to defend him to the inside. Tiger on the inside. Epic will try to go round the outside. 1 corner to go. On the last lap, this is going to be insane. So here comes Dodgy as well. Tiger is going to look like it's going to win, but it's going to wait for seconds. And somehow,
He's got the DRS.
And here he goes then down this mini back straight, and that's the 200 break.
Pepperlight now he's going to be looking for DRS here. There's 4 drivers going at it. Dale Larry goes around the outside. Oh, let's have a look here. Oh, it's Pepperlight's going around the outside of all of them. And on the inside. It's on the inside line. Really highly done from Mercedes driver. Wow. Here it is. Boom! Can they hear us? I think so. Hello, everyone. And yeah, welcome back to the Academy League here in Gavra Racing. I hope you can all hear me. Do you know if they can hear me?
No, let me check.
Can they hear me? Hello? People.
Yeah, go for it. You're good.
Boom! Yeah, it's working perfectly at the moment. Hello, everyone. And big shout out to Scout Dan from the GT Sport League for putting this all together for us. Hopefully this should be a regular occurrence in the future. Just trying it out today, and hopefully we should be able to continue it for the near future. And yeah, so welcome back to the Academy League, the final race of the season. We will have 15 people in, I believe DVD will be joining. But yeah, I am once again for the final time this season. He wasn't here last week for the crowning of Leo Cat the champion, but he's here for the final race of the season. It's Mr. Tucson 028. How are you doing, Tucson, today?
I am doing well. Hello, everybody. We're here for the final time this season in the Academy, and what a season it has been. A record-breaking season for Mr. Leo Cat, who's sadly not with us this evening for the final time. But most of his rivals are, and I'm sure they're going to be wanting to end this season on a high and take a win here at the beautiful Interlagos circuit in Sao Paulo.
Yeah, definitely, and going to be able to see what these guys are going to be able to do around here. Brazil, obviously, it's quite a favourite of ours, Tucson, and I have to say, Brazil. I mean, we've raced here already in GT Sport once before, but obviously not in F1 yet, as that comes towards the latter stages of the season. But yeah, 15 drivers today. As I said, no Leo Cat, a couple of other people not here as well. And yeah, Tuesday, who is in 9th place currently? Because I haven't got a name there.
9th place is Hungary Hippo.
Hungry Hippo, okay, yeah. I don't have that. That name is not there on my screen.
Alright. Yeah, I can see it there on the stream. It's alright, don't worry.
But yeah, so that is Hungry Hippo there. But yeah, it's going to be a good one today, Tucson. Final race of the season. Obviously, there's still a few more things to be wrapped up in terms of the championship elsewhere, other than the actual championship win. But yeah, still a few more people fighting for some places.
Yes, certainly. If you just give me a moment here, I'll get the championship standings up on my screen, and we can go through those very quickly for you, as I'm just fiddling around on my phone at the moment. But yeah, 15 corners around here at the also Jomo de Juan Carlos Pache, I think, in Brazil. Sao, or Glock Corner as Tiger calls it, because he's uncultured. But apart from that, it's had Senna winning the race in the early 90s, despite it being stuck in 6th gear for most of it, and the physical toll put on his body was massive because of the G-forces at that time. Mason currently sets the provisional pole time 1 minute 7.5. So we've got a track map up there on the screen, very nicely provided to us by Dan. A lot of elevation change through here as well. I'm riding on board with Mikey at the moment as he goes up the undulating Junsao corner into this, very famous corner, indeed in the moment that I just mentioned, but also for Lewis Hamilton losing the championship here in 2007. Yes, indeed, Glock Corner, when he had that gearbox failure on the exit of turn 5 on lap 3 or 4, I think it was, and that denied him the championship that day as well. But this track, a lot of history. I'm very glad they haven't replaced it for that track in the rainforest, and yeah, hopefully it'll give us some good racing tonight.
When I heard about that, Toussaint, I wasn't very happy, if I'm honest, about that rainforest track. Not only because, you know, deforestation and that, but, you know, obviously because we love Interlagos, and it's such a famous track, as you've already mentioned, and yeah, it's been a famous track in Gavra. I mean, we've had so many races around here, Interlagos. It's been in like every season, nearly. I think it has, something like that.
So.
Like it's been a regular occurrence, though.
Natty, the most experienced driver in F1 and Gavra, and your Premier Series champion and two-time Weekend League champion, ex-Natty G. He had one of his best results here in his first season in Gavra. Me and Shankster collided here in the first season of the Premier Series. There's a little bit of Gavra racing history for you. And of course, Play Dutchy wrapped up the Super League title here last season. So even in Gavra, this track produces some great races and really does have a lot of history.
Yeah, and I think, Toussaint, you were going to talk about the standings, and I think they're just about to pop up on screen as well, so if you want to quickly run through those.
I was indeed. So, Leocat is the champion. He cannot be caught anymore, but the battle for second is where things start to get interesting. Mikey in second on 149 points, ahead of Mason in third on 135. Mason, who has had a bad run of form towards the end of this season, but currently sits on provisional pole. In fourth place is Heblerino on 132 points. He could jump Mason tonight if he has another strong performance like he did last time out in the US of A. The battle for fifth is also extremely close. YT to Etchter, B. Roby and De Hebler all being separated by less than 10 points, and then things get a little bit more spaced out as you go a bit further down the grid. But thank you, Dan, putting this up on the screen. That is lovely stuff there. And yeah, they'll have a thing for you, something for you to dissect as the race goes on. We'll keep you updated as to how things develop in the championship table, but still a lot of battles to be fought out on the racetrack, and with no Leocat, maximum points are definitely on the cards for a lot of these drivers today.
Yeah, and obviously will make the championship a lot closer up top, and whoever wins today, he would himself back up there. But to say, Mason currently on pole at the moment. He's had such a dip in form across pretty well from the after the first three races. He's seriously dropped off, did Mason 83. But on pole position today, let's see what he's able to do around Interlagos. Mikey has been another championship challenger as well, obviously in second place. Let's see what he's able to do here as well. Heblerino obviously has taken a couple of wins this season, so let's see what he's able to do as well. But just looking to see who's on lap at the moment. Revkov is invalidated, so he's not on a lap. Kaflemo here coming through the first few corners, and coming down now the back straight, the second of the two DRS zones here on this track, and it's such a nice track for overtaking this too. Obviously the middle sector provides Kaflemo's run really wide there down at turn 4, but this track not only providing some really good overtaking, but quite a big challenge in the middle sector with each right and left-hander. Some of them, quite a lot of them late apexes. Some of them obviously you have to come in a bit earlier, and quite a lot of difficult traction zones there as well.
Yeah, and I think when we talk about Mason, we talk about Mikey, we talk about Heblerino, what has really separated Leocat from those three is consistency. We talk about Mason, led for most of the first race, and then had that spin early on, and that dropped him out of the podium running positions, and to fight his way back up. Leocat has been on point, on pole most of the time, and has just ran away with this at the front, when it looked like at the beginning we're going to have such a similar set of circumstances to last season. Leocat absolutely bossed it, won the championship. He's not here today, but he has scored points, in Singapore, second time of trying in the Super League, so he's going to go on to big and bright things, I'm sure, in the future here at Gavra. But I think that is what really separated him from the rest of the competition here in the Academy Series this season. I don't know about you, Tiger.
Yeah, definitely. The consistency from Leocat has been the main thing here, like as he said. But those guys, obviously, Mason had his good start, then dropped off. Mikey had a good start, dropped off, kind of came back again. Heblerino has been up there at times, and then he obviously got that win in Canada, and then. But yes, I think Leocat's definitely been the standout guy in terms of consistently at the top as always, and that's what you got to do to win championships.
Yeah, certainly. And looking at the grid now, I mean, without Leo Cat, you've got the top 6 separated by about 3/10. So this goes to show the effect that he's had on this season then. But yeah, the top 3, all in the 1 minute 7.5, all separated by less than a tenth. So it's really close up there at the moment, as is the case with this track a lot of the time. Does have a tendency to close up the qualifying deficit here. As Heblerino's actually 2/10 up on his lap time now as he makes his way through Junsound, up the hill, up through the gears as we head up towards the line. The very steep, or steeper than you think, watching it on the cameras. DRS flies open, then we'll keep the car to the left-hand side of the track, minimize the distance to the line. It's a 1 minute 7.2, goes on to provisional pole with a 3/10 gap back to Mason.
Yes, Heblerino on pole position at the moment. Obviously, him and De Hebler both running those McLaren, very much McLaren-styled liveries there to say, the blue and the orange. And I can imagine too, saying when them two get into a league together, they might be teammates. But to be fair, they're both a little bit away from each other on pace. So imagine if we split them up with the prelims. That wouldn't be that would be a bit controversial. But looking at it here, too, saying another famous corner which we got to mention about this track, the Tim corner, as we all know and love from the track guides that I did around Brazil, which. Tim Gren from the Super League obviously helped me out in that, but yeah, we call that Tim Corner now, but
Tim board on the right,
because it's got the Tim board on that left hand side, but someone's been disqualified from the session is Hungry Hippo. Don't know why he has been too safe, but I'm just looking now. Mikey on a lap too safe now, coming through turn 5 up towards the tricky turn 6 and 7, and he's taken that quite well, actually. Carried a lot of speed through there, down into turn 8, through turn 9, as I said before. To say this section here, you need to pretty much get each one of these corners perfect if you want a good lap around here.
Yeah, certainly. It's a very short lap, so bossing each and every apex, each and every braking point is absolutely critical to performing a good lap, and it looks like Mikey is doing that. A 10.5 up in the middle sector as we make our way up the hill and towards the line. Once again, with 5 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in the qualifying session, can Mikey improve his grid position now? Brings it to the left-hand side of the track, 107.4, goes onto the front row, but not enough to challenge Heblerino at the moment.
Yeah, we're going to have to see if Mikey can improve on that during the last 5 minutes and 12 seconds left in this session. Spare me there 2 seconds.
Just looking at Mason, who's actually invalidated on his most recent qualifying lap. Goes back into the pits. We'll have enough time for maybe 2 more runs if his team are quick with cycling the car back out. Once again, Eatler on an out lap. I think we've got most cars in the pit lane now. Thiago Santos is winding up now for a lap. A driver who has unfortunately found themselves constrained towards the back of the pack, but he'll be doing everything that he can to change that on this most recent flying lap now. Through the center S is over turn 2. Be careful not to clip too much of the curb on the inside or your lap will be invalidated here. DRS now open for Thiago Santos down towards turn 4. 10th down in the first sector there.
Oh, and he's ran wide and he's picked up an invalidation. That's very easy to run wide at turn 4 there, Toussaint.
Indeed it is, and unfortunately therefore the Portuguese driver, this lap will not count towards his qualifying position. De Hebler on the mediums.
De Hebler on the mediums? Oh yeah, he is actually. Let's see what he's doing. He's come through the middle sector now, just come through turn 8, through turn 9 now. Let's see what he's able to do. As it comes through this tricky corner, he's gone very deep through there to say completely missed the apex.
I think someone needs to tell him that this isn't Portimao yet.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there was a lot of people doing that Portimao on there, but De Hebler now on the mediums. Let's see what he's able to do. And yeah, everyone he's come to the pits.
That's
so maybe
not too surprising.
He's realised he's in Brazil now. He's like, no, I don't want to go on the mediums. Hey, Black Country, welcome. Black Country, you're always late to the streams. You missed all of the exciting, all the overlays and everything at the beginning, mate. You missed all of it.
Well, they do still speak Portuguese here. That might be why De Hebler got a bit confused. But yeah, he's gone back into the pits. We'll probably go on to a set of the soft tyres and go to the end.
Just sent Heblerino on a lap though, just coming through the middle sector now. He's 100 down on his lap. Let's see what he's able to do now as he comes up towards this very tricky right-hander here. He clips the apex perfectly. You've got to be careful you don't lose the rear, as the rear will quite naturally drift out left. This comes down now into what I call Glock Corner. I don't know its technical name, but that's what I call Glock Corner. And so he goes up now, and he's going to hit the DRS zone. Let's see if Heblerino can improve and extend that gap to Saint in pole position. And he comes across the line, and he's 500ths off of that time and stays pole position. But with a 1:07.2, he's still at risk from Mikey and Mason, not far behind. Mikey 2/10 behind, Mason 3/10 behind.
Yeah, and we saw Heblerino there. He maybe didn't manage to get as much time out of that lap. He didn't bring the car to the left-hand side of the track, decided to go for a more central run up to the line. That may have cost him that slight margin there, possibly.
Yeah, that might have done so. Just looking now to see who else is on the lap at the moment. All annoying on a lap. Oh, and he's had a big spin in the middle sector. And he's gone right over into the barrier there, and he's got front right end plate damage, you say?
Yeah, there are no yellow flags for me on that, which is a bit weird. Heblerino keeping out of the way of, I believe that's Revkov now. It's on a lap. The Estonian, or Russian Estonian, I'm not too sure which, and I don't want to get that one wrong. So, yeah, Revkov making his way now through the final sector. I mean, if you can be, like, from Barbados in this game, which is a population of about 200,000, and you can't be from Estonia, which is a population of much, much more, then I don't really understand what the priorities are for Codemasters. But Revkov then, going to the line.
Do they have to be able to...
Do you have to license countries?
Well, don't you have to have permission to use... Do you not have to have permission to use the flag?
I've got no idea. I know GT Sport's got, like, every flag, though.
Yeah. But people could just upload anything on GT Sport, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Because people upload like loads of logos without permission of the owners, and then they still get away with it. So I don't really know what it is. I was just about to say to you, I'm looking at Mikey on a lap at the moment. He's completely missed the apex at, what is that, turn 10, I think that is. He's just come through Glock Corner now, and he's
lost it!
Oh, and he's had a big spin there.
That is almost identical to the spin that Ayrton Senna had in 94 here. That is a very eerie set of circumstances. But Heblerino, 10th up on his time through the first sector.
Ooh, that was a big spin. That was like... That looked like one of those proper F1 mistakes that you'll see, to say, from actual F1 drivers. You know when they just drop the rear? Yeah. Like on a curb. Like that's what we just witnessed there, to be honest.
Heblerino's about to have a beautiful bit of slipstream here from Mason down the main straight.
Surely he's going to improve. Surely he will. As he comes to the line, what will he do on that lap? And he doesn't improve. He's 500ths down. No, 5/10ths down, sorry. Trying to see who else is on a lap now. She said at the moment, everybody on a lap at the moment is Kaflemo now coming towards Glock Corner. Volador retiring. Not going to be able to improve. There's a lot of traffic coming through turn 4. Some people are going to have some quite tasty slipstream. Just looking now to see who else is going to be involved as well. As we're looking at De Etcher, who is not going to be able to improve and is now just finished qualifying. So Mikey not going to be able to improve. He won't be able to knock Heblerino off of pole position. Can Mason do so? Mason's invalidated. So he's not going to be able to knock him off. V-Roby's on the gravel. He's invalidated. It's going to have to be someone else behind. Could it be De Hebler? Will he knock his brother off of pole position, to saying, I don't know whether he's going to. It doesn't look like he's going very quick. No, and he doesn't improve. And he stays P6.
Heblerino's still at 10th up here, Tiger, and he's going to get another dose of beautiful slipstream from Mason in front to extend his lead at the front. Oh, he's invalidated at the final corner. And Mason duped him into the pits. It would have been a 107.1, but Mason there dove into the pits at the last second, and Hebler followed him a bit too much there.
Yeah, that was, it was interesting that, because he must have gone right over that white line, did he, to Saint, towards the pit lane and just invalidated.
Yeah, it went across the pit entry line, and once you do that and go back onto the track, you will have your lap time invalidated.
So that's it. Then so Heblerino will take pole position here in Brazil. Obviously, no Leo Cat today, which may have accounted towards that, but we don't know, do we? But yeah, the champion is not here today. It's like Lewis Hamilton missing out on like the final race of the season.
Yeah,
Well, not the
rest
second
George
to last
Russell when you
final
need
race.
him.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Leo Cat should have got George Russell in it. But yeah, the problem is, so with the academy, you can't have anybody replace because there's no one below the academy. So that's the rules we have here. You have to have someone from the league below replace, which is obviously, I mean, if we had some spare replacements, that'd be good. But Toussaint, the grid for the race: Heblerino starting on pole position, Mikey in second, Mason rounds out the top three in third place, Deetcher in fourth, Roby in fifth, Hebler in sixth, Eatler seventh, Revkovic, Thiago Santos in ninth, Black Charizard in 10th, followed O'Hara's in 11th, followed 12th, K Flemmer in 13th, DB in 14th, and Hungry Hippo at the back, who got disqualified in 15th place.
And yeah, that will round out qualifying here. Mr. Schumacher's back in the chat.
Mr. Schumi!
He needs to come back. He needs to come back.
He? Mr. Yes!
Oh,
Mr. Schumi, get yourself back. Get yourself back.
You always have a free spot.
Mr. Schumi, mate, I want to see you. I want to get yourself back, man. I can't believe you just let Rick Holt snatch that championship away.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Alright, right, Toussaint, I'm going to quickly...
Yes.
I'm going to redo... Sorry, guys, this is just what we have to do mid-thing.
You're going to restart the share play.
Dan, I don't know if you want to cover it up with something, I don't know. Put something there. I don't know.
Mr. Schumacher has got a brilliant start with Rick.
Yeah, Mr. Schumi, I can't believe it, man. You can't believe it. You just let Rick Holt have it. It was going to be a titanic championship battle. Me and Toussaint were going to be on the edge of our seats for the end of it, and then bam, you just disappeared.
All
just
hope
hearts
taken away.
broken. It's just shocking. But Toussaint here today, so obviously it's a soft to medium in the 25% races, as it always is. But in terms of this, so DBDB and Volodor Harris both starting on the medium tyres. Everybody else starting on the soft tyres. So they've gone for that alternate strategy. Obviously, no Leo Cat today. Otherwise, usually quite a lot of time Toussaint, he likes to go for that alternate strategy when he can. Obviously, most of the time he does like to qualify on the softs to get that pole position. Okay, so I was just reading the chat. But Mr. Schumi, yeah, I don't think you wouldn't be able to join for the Golden Crown because you haven't been in the league. It probably should be most likely, Mr. Schumi, next season, or if you can get yourself on one of the events we do before next season, there. But most likely, Carla, it'll be for the new game. Yeah, you could do I can put you in as a replacement driver, Mr. Schumacher, if you want, because I know you've got good pace, so you're on like Rick Holt level. So.
I love the way that like Mr. Schumacher's like two PSN accounts. So like Michael Schumacher and then UGE did. You could not be at like more different ends of the spectrum.
Yeah, exactly. It's some good ones there. But Toussaint, we're going to line up on the grid here for the final Academy race of the season. This is going to get emotional at the end of the, day.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, if it's your first season joining us, Tiger always gets a bit emotional at the last race of the season.
We've gone on such a long journey, and then it comes to an end. You know, but yeah, this would be the final Academy League race, Toussaint, of F1 2020. There will be not any more of this.
Yeah, so hopefully we'll be sent off in style then by the Academy Series drivers. One last time on the game, one last time this season, going to take it to 5. Red lights.
Here we go. So the lights are going to count down here, but Toussaint, as always, they won't be ready because this is F1 2020. As we're going to get ready to go now, as the cars are going to be revving up. Someone has jumped the start. De Hebler's apparently jumped the start, which is interesting, but there's an AI car up ahead, so I think that's Hungry Hippo liked out the session. But here we go now into turn one. Heberino leaving the way. V Roby already getting past Mikey. Mikey's not had a very good start here. He's going to stay wheel to wheel with V Roby here, as now comes Detch, and now going wheel to wheel with Mikey as well. Mikey's had an awful start at the moment to say, but Heberino is technically leading the way at the moment. As Revkov now going to go to the outside of De Hebler. He's run very wide there as De Hebler will go back down the inside, and De Hebler's going to have to serve that drive-through. It's Santos. There's big contact. Someone's gone flying off. There was contact between, I think it was Mikey and De Etcher.
Yeah, Mikey and De Etcher. Mike looked like he went left on De Etcher. They didn't see him in his blind spot, and that's put De Etcher back now down into 12th position.
As, Detch now down in 12th, Mikey down in 10th. It's not been a good start for Mikey at all. But Heblerino leading the way, and these guys obviously just get past this AI car, which is why we have ghosting on. So these guys are able to do that. But, Heblerino leading the way. Mikey, Mason, this would be a big statement for Mason if he can stay with Heblerino and fight for the lead in this race. This would be a big redemption for his season.
Yes, certainly. This is exactly what he needs at the last race of the season. Extra confidence boost before next year. It's going to be Mason versus Heblerino at the front as Mason gets very slidey on the exit of the Senna S and now down the Retro-Reposta towards turn 4. V Roby looking very good in the background as well.
De Hebler going for a move on Eatler here. Toussaint down into turn 4, and in the end he just backs out in the end. He probably would have been able to get past him there if he had some DRS, but none of it available to him as Mikey now to the inside of Volador Harris, and someone spun! All Annoying's had a big spin. Toussaint, I think he just avoided everyone there. Yeah, just managed to slide across and avoid everyone, but it didn't manage to avoid the wall though, and it's got front right end plate damage.
And that'll be a massive disappointment for All Annoying then, as Hungry Hippos, the guys getting out of the way of everybody nicely there.
What a start from Thiago Santos, though. We've seen Thiago Santos so much outside of the points, but he's up in 6th place at the moment.
He's got a 1.6 second gap ahead of him now to De Hebler. Let's see if he can chip into that a little bit. But Heblerino has got great pace at the front here. 1.1 seconds back to Mason. Has already broken that DRS gap. That is exactly what the German needed to do out in front.
As just looking at it now, as De Etcher now could possibly looking for the move on Black Charizard. When he go to the inside here into turn 1, isn't going to go for it there. Bit too far back at the moment to look for the move, but he's right up behind Black Charizard now. Black Charizard right in the back of Volador Harris. There could be a move now.
Revkov on Thiago Santos on the inside into turn 4, clean move, job done.
Here comes Black Charizard, and De Etcher going to follow him through, and there's contact with Volador Harris, but De Etcher getting the move done, and someone spun! And it's Thiago Santos. I feel that's such a good start, Toussaint. That's unlucky for him. That's really unfortunate for Thiago Santos.
That is a shame for the Portuguese driver. He will drop now out of the points down to P13. Will probably have to pit for that wing damage. V Roby
to the inside was looking for the move.
And so just back out in the battle for 2nd position. Mason currently 9/10 ahead of V Roby there in 3rd position in the black and white car. DRS will fly open now for V Roby down the back straight, but Mikey actually looking to make a move on Revkov here. DRS will be open for the Irishman, will be closed for the Russian down the main straight. Will Mikey pull to the outside line? Yes, indeed he does. Going to try and work it to the outside line now. Mikey around the outside of Revkov gives him enough racing room and respect on the inside, and Mikey gets himself up into P5.
As De Etcher was looking down the inside of Black Charizard, he couldn't make the move done there. Here comes Revkov though, back at Mikey Toussaint. He's going to go to the inside in turn 4 and just can't get that move done there. Will it be De Etcher to the inside of Black Charizard? No, he won't get the move done either, and will stay behind Black Charizard here for the moment as Revkov now. He's right up behind Mikey. He's going to see if he can get the move done on the next straight. Going to try and stick with Mikey here through the middle sector. It's a difficult one to follow behind the cars, because the dirty area obviously is a huge factor in these F1 cars.
And I think we'll see drivers take different lines going into each corner, try and avoid that dirt, try and get a better exit than the car in front.
See what if Deetcher or Revkov can get a good exit out of the final corner, and it's going to be Deetcher who's going to get the good exit. V-Roby now trying to look for a move on Mason, can't go for it there, back down to Deetcher now as he's going to try and look to the outside here, down the main straight. He's going to try and look for the move, and will get the move done nice and easily before the braking zone for turn 1. And is going to stay ahead. V-Roby now, will he look for the move on Mason? He can't go for it there either. As they're looking now, Black Charizard, will he look for the move back onto Deetcher? Deetcher doing a lot of swerving, as here comes Black Charizard back down the inside here into turn 4. He's run a little bit wide, Tuesday. They're going to go wheel to wheel here through turn 5, up towards turn 6. Who will be ahead now into this corner? It's definitely not a corner you can go wheel to wheel in, but they're making it work. As now will V-Roby back inside the Deetcher trying back down the inside, and he's not going to go for it there, and Black Charizard stays ahead.
And K Flemo made a mistake there in the middle sector. V-Roby much closer now to Mason, but he's had a bad exit off of Jun Sao and up the hill.
The Hebler let Keflemo through, so maybe was there contact?
Potentially. Because K Flemo was spun round in the middle sector there. Yeah,
maybe there was contact because it looked like the Hebler let him back through. Very sportsmanship-like if that was the case. As the Hebler now is looking for a move back on Keflemo. Could he try through Glock corner? Isn't going to go for it there. V-Roby here is back on the DRS behind Mason. V-Roby at the moment, piling the pressure on, but Deetcher is going to try and go round the outside through turn 1. Trying now, he's going to be on the inside of Black Charizard, and it's lucky he didn't clip the back rim there and spin out, but Keflemo into the pits. Could possibly be wing damage. That could have possibly been also from the collision with the Hebler.
Yeah, potentially there for the drive. I'm going to have a look at my mic settings.
I don't know what's happening, to be honest. Dan's saying it's a little bit crackly, but not too sure. As Black Charizard closely up behind. Black Charizard 3.6 seconds ahead, but he's got 2 guys behind him. Deetcher and Volodar still in this little 3-way battle here at the moment, these guys. And, just seeing whether this battle unfolds. Volodar has fallen back a little bit further back though, but it's on that alternate strategy. So let's see what he's going to be able to do.
Yeah, I just lowered my mic volume. I think it was the fan noise in the background a little bit because my PlayStation is very old. So yeah, I just lowered the mic volume a bit.
As Volodar is into the pits. That's an early one, Toussaint. Oh, someone's off.
Oh, that's very off.
Tim Corner. Yeah, he's off at Tim Corner there. It's actually gone into pretty much the advertising board itself, really, there.
Oh, Heblerino picks up a time penalty, Tiger. That could be huge for the outcome of this race.
That could be. With Mason only 1.3 seconds behind, that could be vital.
And yeah, so a stig in the tail then for Heblerino. He now has to pull out a 3-second gap over Mason to consolidate this win here. And Mason's actually now gaining time back on the German.
He's actually gained a couple of attempts there through that middle sector. So Mason not backing out of this yet. If he can keep within those 3 seconds and not pick himself up a 3-second time penalty, Toussaint, this could, as I said before, be redemption for Mason. But the gap's pretty scarce at the moment, Toussaint. There's not anybody. Well, there's a couple of people within a second, but no one really right up close behind each other for an overtake.
Yeah, and Roby keeps having a really, really poor exit off of turn 14, or the final real corner here in Brazil, and it's affecting his run all the way down the straight. He can't get close enough to Mason at this stage in the race. Gets on the grass as well going into turn 4.
Deetcher now right up behind Black Charizard. He's had a really poor exit out of turn 2. That's not going to help him here. Have DRS open though. He's within Deetcher in behind Black Charizard and just can't get the move done at turn 4. He's just a little bit too far back at the moment. He needed a good exit out of turn 2 and just couldn't get one. Got a good exit there out of turn 4 though. And he's going to go right up behind Black Charizard here, and he's going to stay with him for the moment.
Thought he was going to send it for a move there going into turn 5, but Risley backs out of that particular move. Deetcher now challenging the back of Black Charizard, going into the corner where Albon and Hamilton had their collision in 2019, but no such problems on this tour. Oh, Heblerino pits. Heblerino comes into the pits. Mason follows him and Roby follows him. So the top 3 all diving into the pit lane. Eatler stays out. Mikey is also into the pits. Do Black Charizard or Whitey Deetcher go into the pits? Black Charizard is in. Deetcher is also in.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. Eatler, the only one to stay out on those soft tyres. He's taking them a little bit longer. Feels like he can go a little bit longer into this race. Remember, too, Saint, just remember the factor in this these multiplayer cars, which is pretty much potluck. It depends on whose pit box you're in, because, for example, Mason and Heblerino could be in the same pit box, and then that would back Mason up, and because they'd have to double stack. So then Heblerino could come out quite a far ahead of Mason. Obviously, that hasn't happened here, but that is something that some of these guys do have to factor into these races, as Follow Doharas get past DBD there on those fresh softs and up into 8th place. And he's surely going to be gaining on the medium runners, too, Saint, on those fresh softs, but they might have an advantage on him towards the end of the race.
They certainly might here, but I'm looking at V Roby now, who has lost a lot of time in that pit stop exchange. Now finds himself 2.2 seconds down on Mason in front of him, so something has happened to V Roby somewhere in the pit stop phase. Eatler's now into the pit lane as well.
Yeah, Eatler into the pits, so see where he comes out. Mason staying 1.5 seconds, so he's dropped a little bit of time to Saint after that pit stop, but to see if he can keep with Heblerino. He's dropping a lot of time on these mediums to Saint. He doesn't seem to be liking these mediums because he dropped at least 2/10 through those first few corners.
Yeah, and dropping more time now down the Retroposta towards turn 4 is Mason, trying everything he can to come back at Heblerino in first. Don't forget, Hebler does still have that 3-second time penalty, as Roby also picks one up to boot.
Ooh,
The gap is now 2 seconds between those two out in front.
Eatler's come out in a really good position here. Eatler actually coming out in 4th place, so that extra soft run has done him. The overcut has worked quite nicely for him.
Yeah, nice job there from Eatler. Finds himself in P4. It feels like the last race of the Academy Series is always a chance for a bit of a shock podium. Maybe it'll be Eatler this season. Yellow's in sector 1, that's all annoying.
Someone's had enough. Oh, he's taken out the advertising board as well. That is a big crash. Yeah, a lot of wing damage there for Eatler. I don't know what's happened to Hebler, because he's all the way at the back now. Did he have wing damage?
I can check to see if he's
behind. Yeah, because he's so far back. I don't know why. And it'd be nice to... There we go. And now I can see the
Hebler, yeah, front wing change on that pit stop. Yeah,
yeah. But to say, the top 3 all have 3-second time penalties. All 3 of them on the podium currently now have 3 seconds to their name. Eatler is 2.7 seconds behind V Roby. Currently, at the moment, Eatler could be on the podium.
And wouldn't that be enough? Oh, I told you, the last race of the Academy Series has a tendency to throw up a shot podium.
There's still a long way to go. I think he could have picked up a warning now. A track exceeding on the exit of turn 4, which I think he may have picked up a warning there for. And we were making a funny joke about this, actually, how the FIA have turned into Codemasters in terms of how many times did they delete?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's all annoying just running wide.
Sorry.
No, it's just all annoying running wide.
I was in the top 3 and I was like, oh, something massive happened there.
But we were making jokes to say how the FIA deleted. How many times is it in Portimao?
Oh, there's 130 something.
100 something on it? Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
So they're like the new Codemasters now, just deleting people's times, just invalidating everyone.
Yeah. It's annoying, isn't it, Formula 1 drivers?
Yeah, exactly. So you can see how we have to feel when we go around to these tracks with the strict corner cutting. But I don't know, maybe the corner cutting will change. We don't know. But yeah,
Eatler is seriously gaining on V Roby now. Roby has really dropped off from the back of Mason here.
He gained about 3/10 out of that pit stop, and I thought maybe it was just a bit of a blip. But as he said, he's gained a second now?
Yeah.
And he's gaining a lot on V Roby. So, has he got an issue?
On those mediums.
Did he possibly have some hidden wing damage we can't see? Because, sometimes it goes to, like, yellow wing damage, but obviously it's not visible, but then it's there, if you know what I mean. Maybe he has something like that.
Potentially. Looking at his brake and throttle telemetry, it doesn't look like Roby's got a problem with his setup or anything. Hebler does a faster snap of the race there, showing what pace he has on the soft.
Keep an eye out, though, as well, because look how close Mikey is down behind Eatler.
Oh, wow, yeah,
so,
I didn't see that either.
Yeah, Mikey on his way now, but Mikey also has no penalty, so Mikey could find himself on the podium if he can get this move done. He's gaining on Eatler, hasn't got the... Yeah, he's within DRS range, but not close enough. He's had a huge lockup on the front left into turn 1. And as Thiago Santos has got himself back up into the points, has got past DVD, and has made that move work. Up into 10th place as here comes Detcher now on the outside of Volodor Harris looking for the move. Just can't get that done there at the moment. Mikey gaining a lot on Eatler, but Eatler gaining a lot on V Roby. You could have a battle for the final end of the podium too. But here comes Detcher now. Yeah, he's looking for the move. He's going to go around the outside here and is going to get the move done. No, he's going to know. Here comes Volodor Harris and gets the move back.
Nice driving there from those two as they battle it out for the lower end of the points. Eatler now only 1.5 seconds behind Roby. That gap was of nearly 3-4 seconds a few laps ago.
Eatler is gaining a lot. I've not seen his pace from Eatler all season.
He's had a really poor exit.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
Now Mikey with the DRS down the main straight in the slipstream with the overtake button not on as of yet. Going into turn 1, does Mike have a look at Eatler going into turn 1? It's a late move on the brakes. Eatler has it covered on this occasion. That's a kind of a half-hearted dive bomb there from Mikey, but he'll be deploying his energy now. Eatler's got nothing left to defend if DRS flies open for the Irishman. Now down the rest Reposta towards turn 4 on the inside. There goes Mikey getting past Eatler on the inside line. A bit of contact made, but no damage done to either car. Mikey goes up into P4, but it's not over yet because here comes Eatler around the outside, potentially into turn 6, but backs out of the move as K Flemo is round in sector 2 once again.
Well, what's interesting though to say, what I find is they've both been battling, they're doing their battling there, but they still gained time on V Roby because Mikey's now within DRS range of V Roby now.
Yeah, I think Roby's look at how Roby is squirming in all of the traction zones. There's something not quite right with that setup because he is really struggling.
Mediums, maybe he's just struggling on those mediums with the setup.
Yeah, potentially struggling to get them into a proper operating window. He might be overheating them a little bit as well with all of the sliding that he's doing on the exit of the corner. But now Eatler, the DRS flying wide, Mikey, sorry, the DRS flying wide open down the main straight once again in his pursuit of V Roby. With 4 laps left to go of the Academy season, can Mikey put himself back up onto the Academy Series podium? DRS open once again down the back straight now. Can he make a move on V Roby here? It's going to be a bit too far behind by the time we get to turn 4.
Yeah, and the problem is now is Eatler's dropping back from Mikey, but what he'll be looking for is if these two battle, that can really help him. Oh, man, Mikey looked from the move there into turn 6 and 7.
I
definitely wasn't a
move.
yeah, that was... he almost went for the move there, but smartly, in the end, backed out. And as Mikey now trying to... Ooh, Roby's ran very deep there. Mikey going to be able to get a bit of an advantage on him now. Surely Mikey here is going to have him. Oh, Mikey's moved over a little bit there. I don't know where he was going, but yeah, let's Mikey now right up behind V Roby here. Willie is going to have the DRS open as lap 16 we're on to now. Will Mikey be close enough to get to V Roby? He's had a pretty poor exit out the final corner to Saint. He's not going to be close enough to that, but if he can get a good exit out turn 3, he could be on for the overtake into turn 4.
And Roby's had a bad exit off of turn 2 now, and through turn 3. Here comes Mikey with the DRS open. Once again, he's much closer than he was on the last lap now. Roby goes defensive. He knows what's at stake here. Mikey with no penalty, so will jump Roby at the end of this race, even if he doesn't get this overtake done on track. But he's a racer. He wants to get the move done on track. There goes Mikey to the outside line, potentially. Roby just covers him off there.
That was a late move from Roby. That was... That could have done some. If Mikey was in that gap, then that could have been a big crash for Mikey. Yeah, that could have been something quite big. But in the end, V Roby moving over just enough to cover him off there before that corner. So look at now as they come down towards Glock corner. And Mikey looked for the move again here into that corner. Just can't go for it there. And he's once again, because he went for a move, looked for the move there to say he's dropped back so much now. He's not going to have the run into turn 1.
A bit of psychological warfare there, maybe. Mikey's trying to intimidate Roby a bit, having a look to the inside.
V Roby has no ERS. V Roby has 0 ERS to say. Well, he now has some because he just got it back. But he's using everything he can to get away from Mikey.
But obviously Mikey doesn't have that information in the cockpit, although he's, Roby, absolutely nothing, 0% there. You can see on your screens, Mikey still has about 30% left, but Mikey doesn't know that, so he just has to pick a moment to just dump all of his ERS.
Here comes the battle which we'd seen before. Oh, that's some late braking there, and some late moving, sorry, for Black Charizard. He's just going to squeeze Decha. Decha forced narrow into turn 4. He's going to run a little bit wide on the exit. Here comes Black Charizard now, looking for the move back as well, as he's going to be holding it on the inside. Will Black Charizard, he's going to go round the outside and gets the move done on Decha. And Mikey just picked up a 3-second time penalty.
And that could be very good news for one Mr. Eatler, currently in 5th position. As we head on to the penultimate, the final lap of the race here. Headrino starts his final lap of the race. Thiago Santos spins to sector 2.
He's got to be big enough gap back,
Mikey on Roby, gonna go for a move into turn 1, gonna work it to the outside line now. Mikey round the outside of Roby into turn 1. Roby covers it off though, has the inside line for turn 2. That's compromised him through turn 3. Mikey round the outside. Can he make this work? No, tucks back into the slipstream. DRS now for the Irishman. Looks to the outside, down the rest Raposta into turn 4. Mikey round the outside. Roby late braking keeps the position, and now Mikey once again down the next straight, tucks back into the slipstream. Can he go for a move into turn 6? Looks for it on the inside, and that could have been an insane crash. And now Mikey and Roby, look at Mikey exploring different parts of the racetrack that he wasn't using before. Let's go back up into the front then now, because Heblerino has just rounded the final real corner on this track. He has been imperious today. We've got yellows in sector 2. Is that Roby? Roby's gone off.
Oh, Roby's running slowly. It's Roby, it is. Look at Eatler. Eatler's gone through.
And Eatler's in 3rd on track, but Heblerino wins the race. Mason is 2nd.
Mason's 2nd? What happened there then? I don't know what happened. Did Mikey go for a send? I think Mikey sent it on V Roby.
V Roby finishes ahead of Mikey on the track. I think Roby might have ran out of fuel on the line.
I'm not sure. That was quick. Eatler gets the podium. Podium for Eatler. Wow. Revkov going to finish in 6th. No, Decha will, sorry. Decha will finish in 6th place.
I think it will be Thiago Santos and take the final points of the season. They're in 10th, unless Head could do something about that. But wow, what an end to the season that was. I think it will be Thiago Santos who takes the final point, but shot podium, Eatler's on the podium. There you go. Predicted it here.
There we go.
First, lads.
We had that in the academy. Well, we had that in the academy last season, didn't we? In Abu Dhabi.
Cash Stengel won after Mr. Schumacher, Rick Holt, and Aston had won all of the races before that.
Yeah, so crazy podium here in Brazil, but it's Heblerino takes the win. Mason to Saint. I mean, that's a bit of a redemption for him, getting himself 2nd, and what a race there from Eatler to get himself that final place on the podium in 3rd.
Yeah, and Bags driver of the day in the game at least, so a good result for Eatler. But what a race that was to round off the academy season. And well, we'll do the podium stuff first, and Tiger, you can do the thanks to Gav as you like to do at the end of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah, great try from Heblerino today. He was imperious, led every lap this race, so yeah, just goes to show that he'll be going on to better things in the next season. Wasn't quite able to clinch the championship here today. I think Heblerino will take 2nd though. That's Mason will take 3rd as well. Mikey could have dropped back a few positions with that finish, but yeah, that will be close in the championship standings as well. That was a great race from the Academy Series. So, Tiger, I think it's time for those thank yous.
Yeah, but what a season it's been. All 11 races here in the Academy season. Thank you to all of the drivers who have raced in the Academy. We've had a few people in, a few people out, but all in all, it's definitely been a very, very good season. Well done to Leo Cat for taking the championship win. Just quickly to St. Eatler in the chat saying, thank you so much. That was the best race he's had in a long time. But well done to you, Eatler, mate. Surprise podium for you there. And, yeah, definitely making a name for yourself at the end. But, yeah, very, very well done to the Academy. And yeah, you'll see these Academy guys back in the new game, and possibly back for a potential Golden Crown series, which we're going to be trying again this season. At the end, controversial Golden Crown series, but it's going to be done differently this time. Don't you worry, it'll be done in a better way. But yeah, thank you to all of the Academy lot for racing. Thank you to Gav as always for doing what he does best. He does all of the work here. I mean, he was the one that scouted all of these Academy guys in. Does Gav? So big thanks to him. Otherwise, we wouldn't have these Academy races. Toussaint, thank you to joining me for pretty much the entirety of this season, apart from one or two ones you've...
Apart from last week,
apart from last week that you missed, which was probably the most important race of the season when the person won the championship.
My mum's birthday.
Well, that's not good enough, all right? It's unacceptable. Right?
It's simply terrible.
But no.
Thanks to Dan as well for
cheers Dan, thank you very much for doing this stream. Hopefully we can see some of this in the future. Obviously this is just a test today. We'll refine it, it'll get better, it'll get simpler, and it'll just become a normality. So yeah, thank you to everyone, and we will see you all for the fight. I'm getting emotional now. It's starting already too soon. I don't like this bit. It's kind of sad, God.
We'll see you all on F1 2021. New cars, new game, new story mode, new
drivers.
New completely
new everything.
The Academy is the only series where we have a completely new grid. Every season, so we'll be looking to see where the next Gavra Racing talent is going to come from, but we'll have to wait until the F1 2021 game. In the meantime, don't forget to sign up to all of the off-season stuff we'll be running. There'll be a Gavra Racing 24-hour race. Sign up for that, let me know. Just DM me on Discord or whatever. I'll probably reply to you at some point. But if you want to be involved in that, just let me know. But it's not over yet for F1 action here at Gavra Racing for this season just yet. Join Tiger and Evan, hopefully. Tomorrow will be Byron. For the Freshman League around USA. I think that is Tiger.
USA, yeah. They've gone to the main leagues now. Well, this is a main league, but yeah.
And then me and Natty will take you through all of the Premier Series action from the USA as well. And on Thursday should be Tiger and hopefully Dutchy, or if not, will be Byron, taking you through all of the Super League action, the fastest league in Gavra from the USA as well. On Friday, don't forget to join Ben and Isaac, hopefully, for the final race of the GT Sports season. Some special deliveries I know are being done for that. Cryptex uploaded a few, I've uploaded a few, so I'd make sure to see all the new look cars for the final race of the season. And on Saturday, it's not over yet, ladies and gentlemen, Assetto Corsa starts this weekend. Make sure you're there. Natty's racing, and hopefully he won't spin. And on Sunday, Weekend League is back once again, Zexify, and I think ND or Byron is doing that one, Tiger?
I think it's going to be ND, I think. Yeah, I'm not sure, actually. I don't know.
ND hopping in the commentary box alongside Zexify then for the Weekend League. But it's not over
Danny
yet.
Is, yes.
Yes, I am still talking. And finally, don't miss GTS Group B Championship Decider. Will be streamed most likely on Saturday or something.
Don't miss that, because that championship is legendary over in Group B. Just honestly, go and watch that championship decider over in the Group B in the championship. But Toussaint, I think that is everything, is it?
I think that is everything this week. Yeah. Sorry, Dan.
So, thank you everyone for watching, and for the final time I just get emotional every time I say the final time. It's just for the final time this season, guys. And for the final time on F1 2020, there's been ups and downs, but the final time on F1 2020 for the Academy. It's, we'll see you all next season. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.